Hope all is well in crypto land, my fellow Kryptonians. I went to say cryptopreneurs. What you see here is the daily Bitcoin chart from left all the way down here to right is January 1st, 2023, left February 18th, right. Basically, all of 2023 has been just a big pump with the exception of this red candle here, February 9th. Other than that, it's been up and sideways the entire time for the most part. I do believe that's coming to an end, folks. If you've been watching my videos, you know where I'm at here. If you're new, real quick for the new people, don't go away, old people. Real quick for the new people, February 24th, this vertical blue line is extremely important. The futures expiration date on the futures market of Bitcoin, February 24th, last Friday every month. Last here was January 27th, this vertical line here. Last Friday of the month, Bitcoin pumped up to it. About 2 days later, it started dumping. It kind of corrected, and then 6 days later, the big dump came in. This was about 12, 13%. A long time ago, I charted this during the bull cycle, and every single month, if it pumped up here, it would dump away from it. If it dumped down to those last Fridays, it would pump away from it. My last video I made about all this stuff seems to be lining up for that January 24th or February 24th area. It could start a day or two before, up to 7 days after. Usually it's within a couple days after. On average, if I had to pick an average just off the top of my head, I'd say about 3 days after. So it'd be about February 27th. My last video, I was talking about how it all seems to be lining up with my channel here. Let's zoom in a little. Big green candle here is just a whale artificial pump. It's probably like a exit liquidation move by someone or some people that are wanting to get out of Bitcoin. And that's just a guess. I woke up today thinking, what if this is some kind of plan? I just woke up thinking this, right? Where could I be wrong? I think I was like in my sleep examining where I could be wrong. And I was thinking, what if it's just a ploy and there's going to be a huge spike up, right, to like 30,000, right? And then they're going to do it. So, but I don't think the free market will allow that. I do believe Bitcoin is contained. You can see, I'm just looking at this for the first time today. Right here, February 18th, you can see where it's wicked up off the top of that channel again. It seems to be lining up with my theory, or not my theory, but my analysis of this. This is what we're looking at here. The blue channel ascending is a bearish structure over time. It's bullish while it happens. It's bearish when it breaks out. It's lining up. It's lining up with that expiration date. We've also recently, since my last video, we've got these big wicks on top here. That's a bit of a bearish indicator. They don't mean anything by themselves, but given where they've shown up, that just adds more to the alignment I'm seeing. And also, these wicks are touching high. It actually went just a touch above it from back here in August. Just a touch above it, immediately came back down. So I don't think that actually qualifies for a new high, even though it is slightly. The Chainlink daily chart. Look at this, folks. I was talking about using this possibly for a Bitcoin dump indicator because I noticed this. Chainlink's pumping over here, folks. Look at this. Chainlink is definitely pumping. It gets to this yellow area up here. 1, 2, 3. Chainlink gets to the yellow. Bitcoin's going to dump. I'm going to go back to the Bitcoin chart and tie this up here in a second. The first time it came up, it hit 1, 2, 3 days later. The big dump. And this isn't dump. This is crash in Bitcoin and Chainlink. Second time, as soon as it hit 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.5 days or so, boom, big dump. And these are death wicks. This one not so much death wicks. This took about 4 before the big dump came. The first one, that's just death wick. Boom, boom, boom. The first two are massive. Let's go to the third one. What did the third one do? Look at the third one. It came up and touched 1, 2, 3, 4 days later. The second day, it actually dumped out. It came back up. So watch out for that. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at the fourth day. Boom, death wick. Look at the fifth. Look at this. Boom. Those are death wicks. Those are red cascading waterfalls of long squeezes, right? And so I've been talking about this recent big green pump here on Bitcoin is artificial, and it's an intention for, I'm not sure exactly why. There's many different reasons. The futures market, they're trying to, for those of you new, the futures market they place bets on the futures market, the whales, the big players, and they come over here to the price of Bitcoin on the spot market, and they do their shenanigans, right? And they alter the price. The result is if it pumps to the last Friday, it dumps. And if it were to dump like right now, if it dumps before that, if it actually dumps down to February 24th, which is not out of the picture, then the start of March will be a pump, and then the dump is what I'm thinking. Now, if it pumps up here or just goes sideways or even comes down a little, then it still qualifies for the pump up to it, and then the dump, right? And look for a break. I drew those in the wrong spot. Look for a bounce at about 21,500, which would be in this range here. It's probably where it would bounce, right? So it's probably where it would bounce over here, and then continue the dump. I think March might be a real red month, and January and February are big green ones, so it's due, right? Let's go when the red crash starts, June 10th. June 10th. Look at that. This is what I noticed a long time ago. Let's see this one here. We'll go. I could go a day before when the green one tops out, which could have been June 9th. This one's August 12th, August 13th. Let's go. Let's see where that's at. What do you think, folks? Where's that going to show up? August. Let's go 13th. That's 14th, 13th. Boom! Look at that. Look at the dump. Look at the dump. It doesn't look like much of a dump on this Bitcoin chart, but let's see. Let's measure it from here to the short-term dump. That's 23%. Let's measure the first dump. People want to see the size of the dumps. First one was let's go the day or two before, show the true scope of this. 45% dump. And let's go to this one. This red one's actually higher. November 8th, not the 7th, but either way, either one of those dates is fine. Let's go November 8th, and it's 7th. 8th is let's go 7th on this one. It's at, a day or two. 7th as a bit. Let's measure that on the Bitcoin chart. The dump was just a couple days, and it was 26%, and went to 27%. I was calling for basically a 50% dump. I don't know if it's going to do it right away. That'd be Bitcoin from 24 to 12. I don't know. It probably won't go down there immediately. But for those of you watching for the first time, this cycle is not the Bitcoin chart. This is from like 2017 or so, some other crypto. But this is what Bitcoin has been following since, I've been saying the summer of 2020, but actually that's like spring of 2020 on the far left. And this is it. If you looked at this, you'd think it was a Bitcoin chart, but it's not. It's been following it. It's not a perfect carbon copy, but it's so accurate, it's scary. I've been saying for weeks, if not a month or so now, that we're here. Well, actually, I've been saying for basically a year that this is going to happen. I thought it would be about 20,000. It turned out to be 24,000, 25,000 at the top here. And we've recently had the dump and the big pump. This is a big artificial pump. And I believe we're here on the cliff. And this is like a $2,000 daily candle down. And then over the course of like 2 weeks, probably looking at 15 to 12,000. If not, if we get some FUD and some terrible stories, it could be 8,000 or 9,000, folks. I don't know for sure. It's speculation, but I do believe we're coming down to at least the bottom at 15,400 area, and probably likely 12. Look at Chainlink, folks. Look at Chainlink on my my face chart, the Bitcoin Street Bitcoin dump indicator. It does appear to be lining up when Chainlink starts this pump. It started 2 candles ago. You can see the 3 times. You see these big green candles up. Let's zoom in a little. It's that same characteristic. See that? Just basically 1, 2 days. 1, 2, 3 days it gets up there. One, then kind of went sideways, and then 1, 2, boom. When it goes up there, it's rapid, and I do believe that was just triggered here. Woke up today, I saw the price jerking up, and I do believe it's on its way, folks. So by this chart, it's going to hit the yellow probably tomorrow or the next day if it continues. Maybe it'll take a break, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be there pretty quick. And then on average, probably 2 or 3 days, 4 days, later to dump. So today is the 18th. So say 2 more days to get up there. 3 days more. That'd be 5 days. That would put us at February 25th. Uh-oh. Where's that line up with? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just more. So now everything I had lining up before, now there's like 2 more elements to it. Right? These a second big bear wick up here at the very top from the previous local high. Out the top of my channel, these channels, Bitcoin really respects these channels, particularly when they're in there for a long time. Bitcoin almost always breaks out. Actually, I think every ascending channel I've charted that takes more than like 5 or 6 weeks, I think every one I've ever charted that I've been doing this for a couple of years, every one of them has broke down pretty hard. And a lot of them do coincide with the last Friday of the month. It's not a perfect, accurate pinpoint date. It could be February 22nd to March 3rd where the dump starts. But look at that my Chainlink chart is predicting just on average, probably the 25th. I could even say it's actually the 24th, right? By that chart. And what is that lining up with? Oh my goodness. Let's look at the previous 3 Bitcoin dumps. Let's reset this chart. When Chainlink hits it, it dumps hard. It's basically a red cascading waterfall. And the thing about this time is, well, you know what? There's actually kind of an artificial looking green guy here. May 3rd. That dumped June 10th. Or May 3rd. May 30th. May 30th, it jumped to June 10th. Let's see if there's any more. There's kind of an artificial looking guy. November 4th. November 7th it dumped. And not so much here on this one. This one was a little different. The second one was a little different. It just took a little longer to play out. Up today, folks, I saw the Bitcoin Street Bitcoin dump indicator chart flashing in my face. You're not going to see this probably anywhere else but Bitcoin Street. The name of the channel is Bitcoin Street. I sure hope you subscribe and like and join me on this journey. I think I'm turning the corner, folks. I'm really feeling good about where I'm at in my progression of my career, my knowledge gathering. It's just all lining up, right? From left to right. January and February are just big green months, right? Out of the supposed bottom of Bitcoin. I think we're going to set probably a new bottom here pretty soon. And it's just all lining up, right? This green candle here was just a low volume pump. Somebody out there for some reason wanted the price to go up. Whether it's probably lots of different stuff, right? The nuts and bolts. But I'll just stick with the last Friday of the month. When it pumps to it, it dumps from it, right? And probably looking at something like this. Maybe it takes a breather here around 21,500, and then kaboomy, right? I think March is probably going to be pretty bad, but that's speculation. Past this dump here to 21.5, it's speculation how it's going to happen. So I don't want to speculate too far. But this, folks, this is just all lining up right here. Right? It's just looking so good now, right? And I'm trying to get some more dry powder into my account. It takes me a little while to get cash in here, and I'm trying to get some more in there. Hopefully I can get it. Hopefully I can get it in there before it dumps. I'm thinking if you wanted to try to play this, I'll just see what I'm doing. I don't want to tell anyone what to do. But I'm trying to get more dry powder into this. It takes me a few days for Robinhood to confirm my money. I deposit through Robinhood, and then I get Bitcoin, and I disperse the Bitcoin from Robinhood because they got a wallet. Robinhood takes a few days to verify the money's good before they let you take it out of Robinhood. So I'm looking at, let's say February 24th, February 25th. Today is the 18th. I'm thinking 6 days to be safe, 4 or 5 days. Say it started the 22nd. Say 4 days, about 4 or 5 days I have to get dry powder in here. try to play the dump. But all right, that's it, folks. I sure hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and help this video gain traction. I know there's a lot of hype and kind of bad information. Lots of channels on YouTube basically just want to get a bunch of views, and they don't care really psychologically what they do to your head, right? I'm going to try not to do that. I do need to make videos with good thumbnails and titles to get attention on YouTube. I'm going to try to do it in a way where it makes sense with what I'm going to tell you in the video. So you don't, I'm not going to trick you into this, right? I think 4 or 5 days, and we're looking at dumpy doo-dah. It could be up to 10 days, right? 4 to 10 days is probably where this could be a nasty one for Bitcoin. This could be a red cascading. This could be a red cascading one, folks, that we haven't seen for a while. In the ballpark of this guy here, the June 10th one, 47% over like the course of a week or two. If I had to guess, it's a lot of these. It could be an old-fashioned red cascader, right? This one here. See that? If you're in Bitcoin, this chart is new on Phemex, so it's not showing half of the bull cycle, the real juicy dumps. But that's it, folks. I do believe it's going to get nasty. I do believe it's going to get nasty for Bitcoin, and I do believe all these indicators are pointing to the same thing. And I do believe somebody somewhere tried to put artificial demand and scarcity into the market with that big green $2,400 candle we had on the 15th. And I do believe that a lot of this is just leverage. A lot of this, all of 2023, this whole thing from the bottom here, this whole thing here, that whole thing is probably just one big leverage-filled mess, and almost all of it's probably going to be taking profit. And there's probably new longs in here. There's going to be a long squeeze, looking for probably $2,000 red candle in a day. And then whatever happens here, and then probably we're probably looking at 12,000, folks. If I just had to just try to guess for you, that's it. All right, later.